Welcome back. Um, welcome back to our next lesson. Today we're gonna be doing, or we're gonna be working on text basics. We're gonna be explaining what text basics are. But before that, I would like to run uh, our HTML code once again to see if it will go, and I would love to reiterate us or reiterate what we've said before regarding our code and what I've explained before. I would love to go over it again and do some touch on what we've done before, so as for us not to lose track of what we've done. But right now, I'm gonna go live from. If you're on VS Code, you can just go live. Yes, it will take us to route us to the page automatically. Now, look at, I remember I said something about this hello word on H1 tag. Now, I told you that the higher the subscript is the number beside the element. You understand? Beside the element tag, I said the higher the number beside the subscript, the higher the subscript, the what the smaller the text becomes on the web page. So look at this, take a look at this. This is H1, this is H2, this is H3, this is H4, this is H5, and this is H6. And that is the farthest we can go. No element is H7, it ended at H6. Now, no heading tag exceed H6, it all ended in H7. Of course, this is the pre tag. And if you look at this web page, it shows that our code uh, are right. There's nothing wrong with our code. If you can see this, you would know that uh, we are not having some sort of bugs or stuff. But my question is, are we following the standard that is set for all websites that you've seen or that I have worked on? If I may ask that question, I will help you with the answer. The answer is no. In order for us to see or to know if we are following the standard, or if our website, if we are follow the right or the proper or the standard code for HTML, uh, to know that, we're going to be going into what is called W3C validator. Like I told you, remember I said W3C is World Wide Web Consortium. So we're going to be checking our W3C um, validator to confirm if our codes are following the standard of HTML code, that HTML code of the website you've known or you've seen. So let's check. Let's navigate to, say, okay, let me use this. Okay, here it is. You can just go to this web page, validator.w3.org. You understand? Ignore these. Let's ignore these. And you just go to validator.w3.org. Now it will bring you to this, to route you to this page. Now take a look at this page. You will see address. That is, if your website is residing on a global scale. I mean, on the global, let me say global scale, in the sense that I can view your website via the internet, over the internet. But in our own case, our website still resides in our local machine. So in that case, we are going to be validating our HTML code by file upload. Let's click on this file upload. So it will take us here. It will bring us here rather. So by bringing us here, of course, we're going to be choosing file. Yes. Now, how do you get your file? Try to locate the folder you created while starting out with HTML. So the folder you created, this is the folder I created. You understand? And inside the folder, you have something like this, which is the index, like we said, index.html that we created. So in my own case, I have it here. So let's open it. So this is index.html. I told you HTML is the extension file name. You understand? So Dutch HTML is what? Extension file name. So we have .txt for test, we have .py for Python, we have .html for HTML file. So here we're gonna be checking to validate our file or to validate our code. Let's see. I've clicked on check. Yes, we can see that we have three major errors that we're battling with. The first one says, warning, consider adding a lang attribute to the HTML start tag to declare the language of this document. Um, Language is commonly declared at the start of your HTML code. Is always declared, is an attribute. You understand? Let me show you what an attribute is. Of course, these are the few times we're gonna be coming across. Attribute is anything you have inside uh, an element. Say yeah. For example, as I'm typing, let me type what it told us to do. It said lang equals. We're gonna be declaring the language type. In my own case, I'm using EN, which stands for English. And of course, we have American English, we have British English, but I will be sticking with the American English. So, EN, you can have Spanish, that is ES, that's for Espanol. We can have Italian, but in my own case, I've only worked with English. I've only worked on English websites, and of course, the language I'm declaring in this case is what EN. You understand? So by declaring EN, you remember if you have not put your saving mode to auto save, you can just click Control S to save your changes. Now we let's go back to the W3 validator and see if we've made corrections and the correction has been approved. Let's see. Let's check again. We're gonna retry the whole process all over by making a file upload. Click on check. Okay, sorry. We choose file. Yes, we go over the process again. Open and check. Yes, let's see. Now we are limited to what? Two errors. So we've corrected that. You understand? We've corrected the error. Now let's see. We have two. We are left with two errors. Now the character encoding was not declared. That is proceeding using blah blah blah. Ignore this. Now the second error. Let's deal with this error now. No, we were given three errors have an issue, but now we are limited to two errors. So let's see what the let's deal with this error now. The character encoding. Let's see. Now, what is character encoding? Character encoding is most times is one of the character set that is declared in the head region of the HTML. It's a kind of an attribute for meta tag. Of course, I told you meta tag is metadata of our HTML. You can browse what metadata is. So let me see. Let's create a character encoding for meta tag. Is an attribute in the meta tag. It's residing on the head element. You understand? It's always residing in the head region of our HTML. Let's say meta tag. Let's say, excuse me. So let's say meta tag. Um, excuse me. Okay. What is this? Let's say meta tag. Let's say we have. Let's give it a cassette. Character set equals. We have UTF uh, 8, UTF-8, and of course we end the meta tag. And of course, UTF-8 has always been the standard for all websites that I've seen or that I've worked on, or that you may have seen on the maybe by browsing websites, by you know trying to um, get a resource about a particular website. So the character set that has always been used has always I've always been set to UTF-8, and let's see if the W3 validator will validate that correctly. Let's go back to our 3C validator and see. Let's go over the process again. Let's choose a file. Of course, we have to go over the process again. Let's see and let's check. Yeah, we are now limited to the one last one, which says the start tag seen, but without what saying a doc type first. Yeah, this thing. We declared uh, we give an attribute, which is this. We give an attribute of language to our HTML tag, and we set it to English. Fine, it said it is seen, but it is expecting a doc type. We have to declare a doc type, that is a document type in our HTML. Let's do that, and let's have the. I think this is the final error that is telling us. Let's try to do that. So here at the very top of your HTML, you have to declare the document type, which is this. Say doc type. So what is our doc type? Of course, our doc type is what? HTML. HTML. Okay, so we've declared our document type, and let's see if the 3CW, I mean the W3C validator will now finally validate our codes to be perfect. And let's see. Let's go over the process again. Choose file. Okay, okay, and let's check. Yes, said document checking completed, no errors or warning to show. That means our HTML code is now complete, accurate, and we have now followed the standard for website creation. You understand? So if you're creating a website, of course, you have to check for, in as much as your code runs successfully by showing what you've done on the HTML, by showing it by displaying it on the web page. It doesn't mean that you have followed the standard that is set aside by the what W3 consortium. So you have to always follow standard, and that sets you apart from other programmers or website developers. And please, if you have not done this, please check. I deliberately did that so as for us to have, of course, the fundamental knowledge as to creating a website using HTML, or to starting up the structuring a website using HTML, and of course coming back to check, even if it runs successfully, coming back to check if our code is validated by the international standard, you know, of creating a website. So by doing this, you have an accurate and a well formatted code for your HTML. Uh, and from the next class, we're going to be continuing text basics. We continue from where we stopped, or where we are stopping. We'll be working on test basics. Thank you for sticking around, and thank you for uh, watching this video, and God bless.